Dayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajikacharya Astu Tarasata Shishimad ISKCON founder Acharya's Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Rajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Shri Mayapur Ki Ganga Mai Ki Jamuna Mai Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Tulsi Maharani Ki Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Reading from Adilila chapter 5, text number 5. The glories of Lord Nityananda Balaram. Ekai Swarupa Don He Bina Matra Kaya Adyakaya Vyuha Krishna Lila Ras Sahaya Ekai Swarup Don Bina Matra Kaya Adyakaya Vyaha Krishna Sahaya Ekai Swarupa Doni Bina Matra Kaya Adyakaya Vyuha Krishna Lila Rasahaya Ekai Swarup Doni Bina Matra Kaya Adyakaya Vyuha Krishna Lila Rasaya Ekai one Swarup identity Don He both of them Vinamatra Kaya only two different bodies Adya original Kaya Vyuha quadruple expansion Krishna Lilara in the pastimes of Lord Krishna Sahaya assistance. These two are one and the same identity. They differ only in form. Lord Balaram is the first bodily expansion of Krishna, and he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. Please repeat. These two are one and the same identity. They differ only in form. Lord Balaram is the first bodily expansion of Krishna. and he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Balaram is a Swamshin expansion of the Lord, and therefore there is no difference in potency between Krishna and Balaram. The only difference is in their body structure. As the first expansion of Godhead, Balaram is the chief deity amongst the first quadruple forms, and he is the foremost assistant of Sri Krishna in his transcendental activities. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyana Gyana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Gena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangur Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tanaham Bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for giving me your association. So, in Dwapara Yuga, Lord Balaram and Krishna, they appear on this planet, here in Vrindavan. And we know that Parichanaya Sadhanam Vinashaya Chaduskritam Dharma Samstapanathayo Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. So, in Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Krite Satya Yuga, we see that the Lord appears and he kills the demons. He kills Ravana, Kumbhakarna. He kills Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. He kills Shishupal, Jarasandha, Dantavakra. So many killings going on to protect the devotees. But in Kali Yuga, Manda Sumanda Mataya Manda Bhagya Hi Upadritaha. That in this age, Prayana Palusha Shabde, Kalar Asmin Yuge Janaha, people are very short-lived, and Manda Sumanda, they're not very intelligent, although they think they are. They think we're very intelligent, we're producing so many atomic weapons, we have rocket science, we build this, we build that. Very proud of their Ugra Karma. But Krishna says, Prabhavanti Ugra Karmana Shayaya Jagato Hitaha. That these demoniac people, because of all this materialistic mode of ignorance creations, that they create things that will destroy their own civilization. Prabhavanti Ugra Karmana Shayaya Jagato. They will destroy their own society, their own civilizations. Therefore, they're very unfortunate in this Kali Yuga. So the Lord, when he comes in Kali Yuga, Mosamo Patita Prabhu Napai Beara, he's very, very merciful because everyone is more or less demonic. They're being led by demoniac persons. Yeshu Kupata Destrinam, Kupata, they're following people into darkness of ignorance. Patatam tamasihi areya. They're following people who are in the mode of ignorance. Patata tamasihi areya. Yeshadadana. They put their faith, as Prabhupada every day on his morning walk, he would say, oh, what are the scientists saying today? He would blast these scientists, the academics of the world, the intellectuals of the world. They're leading people into the darkness of atheism. Even those who follow the Vedas, many of them, Shrirakya Bhasya by Shankaracharya, is also atheistic conclusions that God is not a person, demigods are the same as Krishna. These are all 8 forms of atheism. Ye Shradhana Vachastevai, they put their faith in foolish leaders, blind leaders who nate vidu so artagatim Vishnu. They have no understanding that the goal of life, how to love God. But Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, they are the incarnations of the Lord. They're the Lords themselves, Balaram and Krishna. Just like Mother Sachi, she was having a dream. and Nitai and Nimai had come to her house, and she had Krishna Balaram deities, and she had made an offering. She was cooking every day, and Lord Chaitanya would, of course, appear there and eat the offerings. In this dream, she saw that the offering to Krishna and Balaram, Nitai and Nimai came, and they started fighting with Krishna Balaram deities. This is our prasadam. This is our yuga. What do you do? Your yuga is Dapra yuga. This is for us. He says, your time has come and gone. Now is time of the Brahmins. Because Nitai is the son of Hadai Pandit and Padmavati. They're Brahmin, high Brahmins. And Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata, she's the daughter of Nilambar Chakravarti. They're high Brahmins. In Kali Yuga, they appear in Brahmin families, not in cowherd boy families. So like this, it's saying the time of Brahmins. So Nitai and Nimai, they're very gentle, very merciful. Patita pavana hetu tava avatar mosamo patita Prabhu napai bear. When Rupa and Sanatan met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his way to Vrindavan, followed by hundreds and thousands of followers, Rupa and Sanatan were Sakir Malik, Dabir Kash and Sakir Malik. They were high officials, very wealthy in the government of Hussein Shah. And when they met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although they were highly learned, they knew Sanskrit, rhetoric, they knew Persian, Parsi, so many things. They were high officials, ministers in the government, the Muslim government of Hussein Shah. But when they met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they simply put grass between their teeth. They took straw and put it between their teeth. And they offered their obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, full dandavats. Amike, who am I? People say I'm very learned, but I don't know who I am. This is the first instruction of Krishna to Arjuna. Asochan anvasocascha, pagyavadam shavasase, gatasuna gatasuncha, nanusochanti panditaha. Everyone, you're behaving like Pandit, you learned person, you're quoting from the Vedas, you shouldn't kill your uncles and your teachers and your cousins. Krishna chastised him. So in the same way, Sanatan and Rupa, they're actually great devotees from the spiritual world. They've come to embellish the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya and serve him in so many ways, birthing of Vrindavan Leelas and excavating the wonderful places, tirthas, where Krishna and Balaram performed, and the inhabitants of Vrindavan performed so many wonderful activities. So they offered their obeisances in a very humble way. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was advised by them, oh, you shouldn't go to Vrindavan with hundreds and thousands of followers. So many people were following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so we know that Nishinga Brahmachari saw in his dream, he was building a road to Vrindavan for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he didn't go any further than Kanai Natashala, just outside of West Bengal, just on the border. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned. So in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavandas Thakur, who is none other than Srila Veda Vyasadeva, he writes that Lord Nityananda took birth in the family of Hadai Pandit and Padmavati. He was very well behaved, unlike Nimai. Nityananda was very well behaved. And up to till the age of 12, he was enacting all the previous pastimes, Ram, Leela, Lakshmana and Ram, all their various pastimes, kidnapping of Sita. With his friends, they would all enact these pastimes of Treta Yuga. They would also enact the pastimes in Dwapar Yuga, Krishna and Balaram walking through the forest, the 12 forests of Vrindavan, herding cows, killing Dhenukasura, killing Vatsasura, killing Agasura, all the various demons that were sent by Kamsa. They would, the friends of Nityananda would enact all these wonderful pastimes. At the age of 12, though, Lord Nityananda decided at the age of 12 to go on pilgrimage. And he traveled here to Vrindavan. And he traveled all over. He went to Mathura, he traveled to Ayodhya, and was related to him the pastimes of Lord Ram and Lakshman and his brothers. He also traveled to Dwarka. He went to Dwarka, he traveled in South India, he met Lord Shiva and Parvati in a place called Shaila in South India. So he was traveling for 8 years on pilgrimage. In the Himalayas, he actually visited Narayana Rishi, and he even visited Vedavyasadev in the Himalayas. He was traveling like that because he did not want to start this chanting of the Sankirtan movement until Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him permission. So Lord Balaram, we know, or Lord Nityananda, Brajendra Sutahe, that Lord Balaram is Lord Nityananda is none other than Lord Balaram. Brajendra Rohini, he is the son of Rohini. So, he's also Guru Tattva. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead servitorship. He is the Guru Tattva. He is the original spiritual master. And of course, all of the paraphernalia, the tadiya of Krishna, his flute, his paraphernalia, even Vrindavan Dham is a manifestation of Lord Balaram or Lord Nityananda. So Lord Nityananda always acted as a servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would instruct him, you simply preach in Bengal. You go door to door in Bengal and preach. So God himself, as Guru Tattva, he is preaching door to door in Navadvip, spreading the mission of Lord Chaitanya. Of course, Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they started this chanting of Hare Krishna, the Sankirtan movement, at the house of Srivas Thakur, who is none other than Narada Muni. And this was the beginning of the Sankirtan movement, where they would have nocturnal kirtan every evening, and only very confidential devotees, servants of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vakashvara Pandit, Mukunda Datta, these are very great associates of the Lord. They were allowed into this nocturnal kirtan of Chaitanya. And Lord Nityananda would be rolling on the ground and in ecstasy, exhibiting all symptoms of ecstatic love of God while chanting these holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Kali Kaler Dharm, Harinam Sankirtan, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi, Tara Pravartan. Kali Kalera Namarupa Krishna Avatar, Nama Hoite Hoi, Sarva Jagat Nishtar. So Nitai and Haridas Thakur, they were very close friends, very close. And they were both going on the order of Nimai Pandit, Lord Chaitanya. You go door to door and beg everyone. Their only charity, their only alms they were begging, please take this holy name. Rupa Goswami says, Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Puno Shuno Nityo Mukto Binadvam Nami Nami. This holy name is like Chintamani. It is so potent, we have no idea. It is the incarnation of Krishna himself. Krishna avatar. Nama hoite hoye. The whole universe will become delivered by this chanting, simply of chanting of the holy name. Kritiyat dhyayato Vishnu. Chaitayam Yajito Makai, Dwaparam Paricharyayam, Kalaryad Dari Kirtanam. In Krite Satya Yuga, the yogis, Dhruva Maharaj, Kardama Muni, they had to perform huge austerities, sitting in the ice in the Himalayas for 10,000 years to attain perfection. Can you do that? Sit in the ice, cold ice of the Himalayas for 10,000 years in Satya Yuga. In Kali Yuga, the Lord is making it so easy by giving. He has invested all his potencies. Nam Namakari Bahunandija Sarva Shakti. All his potencies. Krishna says, I enter into all these planets and maintain their orbits. Yeah, right? He says, I enter into the moon and become the nutritious juices to supply nutrients in all the plants. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagada vakta murtina matstana sarva bhutani maitete shucha. He's spread throughout the universe, in every planet, in every atom, between every atom. Lord Brahma says, Adantara cha paramanu chantara stam. All these potencies. Lord Shiva is a partial incarnation. He is the guna avatar for destruction. The entire world is destroyed at the end of Lord Brahma's 311 trillion years of our planet. Lord, everything is wrapped up, right? Lord Shiva, these are all the powers coming from Krishna. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate nakachamasyad radhikascha jashites. Svabhavaki Jnana Balakriyachan, that all the potencies of the Lord, and now he's invested all these potencies in the holy name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This Mahamantra is so powerful. Haridas Thakur was appeasing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is always in anxiety for the fallen conditioned souls. Devotee, one of the limbs, 10 limbs of Bhakti, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, devotee is karunya, very compassionate, para dukkha dukhi. He's very, very sad and sorry to see the condition of the souls. Kapila Dev describes how in the 29th chapter, 30th chapter, movements of the living entities, how the Yamadutas come. He's a big leader of a country, big magnate, worth trillions of dollars, and his whole life he's committed so many sinful activities, eating the flesh of cows, engaging in all kinds of abominable activities, and the Yamadutas come at the time of death. And they take his subtle body and his soul. And in a few moments, Prabhupada says in a few moments, he travels 732,000 miles down to the planet of Lord Yamaraj, Yamasadana. Ahani bhutani gachanti ayamalayam. Shesha stavram ichanti. Kimascharam. The greatest wonder in the world, Yudhishthira Maharaj says in Mahabharata, the greatest wonder in the world, everyone is going to meet Lord Yamaraj. Everyone, every human being has to face this situation, this judgment day, except one who chants the holy names of the Lord. So Haridas Thakur is telling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Nama Chintamani, Harinam Chintamani by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He's relating, Haridas Thakur is trying to relieve the anxiety of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He's in the mood of Srimati Radharani. He's in the mood of a devotee. He's only considering the plight of all these foolish human beings. They're all fools and rascals. Prabhupada used to say, fools and rascals. Unfortunate living beings, very unfortunate. And Haridas Thakur is appeasing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He says, one who just says Krishna, even unintentionally, like, hello, let's go to the Ramada. There's a Ramada Inn in America. We're going to the Ramada Inn. No intention to chant the holy name, but by saying Rama, he becomes free from more sinful activities than he could ever commit in millions of lifetimes. This is the mercy of the holy name here in Kali Yuga. And so Gauranga Mahaprabhu is simply saying, Yare deke tarikaha Krishna Upadesh Amara Jnana Guru Hane. Everyone should become guru and give this mercy, this holy name to everyone. Prabhupada said our movement is comprised of chanting, dancing, and distributing prasadam. Very simple. Devotee is very simple. Chanting, dancing, distributing the holy name in the form of his books, in the form of the holy name, in the form of prasadam. This prasadam is non-different from Krishna. In fact, it's mixed. Krishna Phela is mixed with the saliva of Krishna. Sri Radha Shyama Sundar, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, when they accept the prasadam, they eat with their eyes or their fingers. It doesn't matter. It becomes Krishna Phela. It becomes the mercy of the Lord. And those who take prasadam, Prabhupada said, they'll get a human birth. So, Haridas Thakur and Lord Nityananda are going door to door, taking all risks to give the holy name to the Lord. And Haridas Thakur, having been a Muslim, he became incarcerated by the local Qazi. The atheistic Brahmins complained, who is this Chaitanya? He's crazy. What is he doing causing disturbance? Haridas Thakur, who was a Muslim, he was incarcerated and then condemned to be whipped in 22 marketplaces. And what was his statement? He said, you can cut me to pieces, but I will never stop chanting these holy names. Go ahead, cut me to pieces. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was so angry that he was sending Sudarshan Chakra to kill these constables. And they were beating him to the point he should have died, but he didn't die. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu protected him. And Haridas Thakur's prayers are so powerful that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him later on, he said, I was sending Sudarshan Chakra to kill these rascals, but your prayers were so powerful. What was he praying for? Please, let these constables go back to Krishna Loka and let me accept the sinful reactions on my head. Like this, like Prahlad Maharaj. Anaivod Vijay Para Duratya Vaitaranyam Twadvira Gayana Mahamrita Magnachita. So Chaitato Vimukha Chaitasa Indriyartham Maya Sukhayam Baram Udvahato Vimuda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Haridas, you're like Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj told Nrsingadev, why are you offering me some great planet or some great benefit? I don't even want the 5 kinds of liberation. Sarupya, Samipya, Sarishti, Salokya, Ekatva. I don't want these liberations. Devotee doesn't care. Mama Janmani, Janmani, Shprade, Bhavatad Bhakti Rohi Tuki Twai. So in the mood of Prahlad Maharaj, Haridas Thakur is begging Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and telling him the glories of the holy name. How powerful is the holy name in Kali Yuga. It is specially empowered. And he's ordering his own brother, Balaram, Nityananda. You go, you take all risks. So of course, Nityananda said, I will prove that Lord Chaitanya is the most Mahavadanyaya avatar, right? Rupa Goswami said also. So he approached Jagai Madai. Everyone is Jagai Madai. Everyone. Prabhupada came to the most disgusting place in the world, the most hostile place. I remember distributing books in Chicago, in the airport, and people would come and smack devotees with their briefcases. They would punch devotees in the face. It's so hostile place. Prabhupada said, Krishna, why have you sent me to this place? It is full of the modes of passion and ignorance. Modes of passion and ignorance. People are angry, they're lazy, all these qualities of ignorance. They're very violent, like this. And so, devotees of the Lord, Nityananda is setting the example that he approached Jagai Madai and he, please just take the holy name. And Madai hit him with a piece of pot, clay pot, and blood was flowing. Supreme Personality of Godhead is risking everything to give the holy name. We have to follow in his footsteps. He is the original guru. He is Guru Tattva. And so our spiritual master, our Acharya, Prabhupada, has also requested us to, every time I saw Prabhupada in Bhagavatam class, is when we see Prabhupada usually, at the end of his class, he said, I am stressing, distribute my books, distribute my books, distribute my books. So this is also the holy name of the Lord. He said this is also Sankirtan, distributing of his books. He said that Lord Krishna, he dictated to me whatever I'm writing. He said, I didn't write these books, Krishna did. Of course, Krishna always pushes up his devotee. Acharya mam vijaniyan navamanyeta karichit. The Martya Buddha Suyeta Sarvadeva Mayoga. He is the sum total of all 33 million demigods. That is who the Acharya is. That is Srila Prabhupada. Acharya mam vijani. He is of course, he is not Vishnu Tattva. He's Jiva Tattva, but he is honored as much as the Supreme Lord. He is servitor God. He's the external manifestation of Paramatma. So these books are very powerful, very powerful. They're changing people's lives. Distributing these books is distributing the holy name. So Lord Nityananda is setting this great example. He is Guru Tattva. And Srila Prabhupada, the gurus, the acharyas, they're all representatives of Lord Nityananda. And he is taking all risks, just like Lord Chaitanya told Haridas Thakur, you're in the mood of Prahlad Maharaj. So tato vimukha chetasa indriyartam maya sukhayam baram udvahato vimuda. My only lamentation is that these conditioned souls, they're simply absorbed in aham mameti. Janasya mohoyam aham mameti. This is my wife, my children, my property, my bank balance, this, that, the other. Krishna says in the Bhagavad-Gita 3rd chapter, Istan boga nivo deva, tardatana pradayabo, yo bhungta stena. You're nothing but a thief if you don't offer bunjate te tu agam papam. You're eating sin. If you don't offer everything to Krishna, then you're simply a thief. They're nothing but thieves, so they have to suffer. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying this. My only lamentation is that people are embroiled in this grihamedi life, right? That sadhamanya surya various dehinam sada sadmudvigya dhyama satgrihat hidvatma patam griham andakupam. They're caught in the dark well of this materialistic life, thinking that if I get money, I can enjoy. I just get money and fame, property, all these things, right? So baram udva hamahato mudha. They're all bewildered by the Lord's external energy. So the devotee of the Lord is karunya. He is very compassionate, and his only lamentation, his only concern is to become more and more Krishna conscious. Of course, we have to be very strong in our sadhana bhakti. Adoshada tata sadhu sangha. We associate only with devotees. Asat sangha tyag e vaishnavachar. We avoid the association of people who are very materialistic. They're simply interested in money and women, right? These two things. Na danam, na janam, na sundarim. Kavitam va jagadisha. So we are very careful to associate with devotees. Bhajana kriya syat tata anartani vritti syat. Then the impurities within our heart become cleared out, become void, become purged. We become free from kam, krodh, lobh, moha, mada, matsarya, desire for fame, prestige, pratishta, puja, desire for followers. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundaram, na janam. I don't care about followers. I don't care about position, even in ISKCON, in the Association of Devotees. Pratishta, I am this, I am that. Look at what I did for ISKCON, what I did for... No. These are all like weeds within our hearts. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu set the example during the cleansing of Guticha Mandir. In the cleansing of Guticha Mandir, all the devotees had to collect little bundles of dirt and twigs and all the dirt. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go around, and if they didn't collect too much, he would say, "Oh, you should teach the others how good you are." He was very sarcastic. And then within the Gundicha Mandir, preparing for the Lord to sit there, Lord Jagannath, they would have buckets of water coming from the Narendra Sarovar, the lake, a small ghat there, lake. And this water was being passed by devotees, and they would say, "Krishna, Krishna." And these buckets were being passed, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself would be washing the walls, the ceiling, like that. So, anartha nivritti sat tata nishta tato ruchi. So this is getting rid of all these desires within our heart, these motives, these ambitions, these desires for sense pleasure, or money, or things that money will buy. Jani atua shuvairagyam gyanam chaya dahoitukam. Vasudeva, like this, by serving Krishna, all these things, we don't want these things. We simply want pure bhakti, prema bhakti. We don't want jnana bhakti. We don't want karma bhakti. Kapila Dev describes in chapter 30 that there's 81 types. Prabhupada describes 81 types of devotional service. 3 to the power 3 to the power 3. So devotees sometimes are engaging in devotional service, but they're binadrig. Binadrig means separatist. Avinadasya yohimsam dambo matsarya evava. It means that devotees may be engaging in devotional service, but they're very proud. Dambo. And matsarya, envious of other devotees. Who is this devotee? I joined the same time as him, now he's guru? What's going on? He's fallen. We become envious of others because Krishna has blessed them with some position or something. Dambo matsarya evava. Samrambi binadrig. Bhavam binadrig. There, the devotee who is harboring these interests other than Krishna's interests, they have some ambitions, they have some hidden agendas, then Krishna says they're separatists. They're not aligned with my desires. What is Krishna's desire? How to love God, how to develop prema bhakti, how to chant Vishuddhanam, Shuddhanam. Now we're doing Namabhas. We're chanting and we're committing sometimes 10 offenses. Haridas Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur relates that Haridas Thakur tells Lord Chaitanya, of all the 10 offenses, inattentive chanting is the foundation for the other 9 offenses. It is the main cause of the other 9 offenses. Disobeying the order of the spiritual master, sadhunindana, offending the spiritual master, minimizing the glories of the holy name, giving some interpretation on the chanting of the holy name, considering the holy name the same as the names of demigods. All these offenses are going on because of our inattentive chanting. When we chant the holy name, there's 32 syllables. We have to speak the 32 syllables and hear the 32 syllables. Some of our japa is like mobile phone japa. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Or sometimes we're chatting and we're doing some pratijalpa. Oh, how are you today? How is things? What did you, like this, the japa becomes secondary, or chanting of the holy name becomes secondary to what is the most important thing. The backbone of our devotional service is this chanting of the holy name. Minimum. When Prabhu asked me, what are the prohibitions and prescriptions? No illicit sex, no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication. And how many rounds? I said, 16, Prabhupada. He said, at least 16. It's not offensive to chant more than 16 rounds. It's actually very advisable to try and chant more, but chant attentively. Better to chant 8 rounds attentively than 16 inattentive rounds. So Haridas Thakur is telling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that this attentive chanting is very, very important. It is, inattentiveness is the cause of the other offenses. Purifying the heart, this is Chaito Darpanamarjanam, cleaning the heart is very important. To chant the holy names, of course, Utsahan Nishya Daryat, to chant with enthusiasm. It's like we see every morning, our erstwhile temple president is chanting with great enthusiasm before the deities and Srila Prabhupada. All the devotees are chanting with great enthusiasm, Utsahan Nishchayat, with confidence. We have to be confident or determined that if I keep chanting this holy name, Tatenu Kampam Shishamikshamano, even though there will be so many obstacles on the path of devotional service, we have to accept these as Krishna's purification program. Krishna is purifying us. Unjane vatmakritam vipakam rigvag vapubir vidadan namaste jiveti mukti. If I just hold on to the great acharyas, to Srila Prabhupada's dhoti, and have faith that Krishna is my Lord, my master, my friend, my protector. Expect the mercy of Krishna. If we sincerely surrender, Krishna, I'm yours. From today, I am yours. Forever. I'm simply trying my best to engage in your devotional service. Come to the point of ruchi. Ruchi means affection for the holy name. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Nishta is I'm fixed in devotion. There's also apanishta, conditional fixed. Sometimes I'm fixed, sometimes I take a break. But after nishta, there's ruchi. Ruchi means I'm attached to chanting the holy name of the Lord. I'm very attached to this chanting of the holy name. Suddenly I feel ecstatic bliss. I feel the bliss of chanting and association of devotees, performance of Sankirtan. And then Ashakti. Ashakti means the beginning of Raganuga Bhakti. Spontaneous devotion to the Lord. Some spontaneity is there. One is very eager to remember the Naam of the Lord. And the Naam of the Lord is the fountainhead of the Leela and Guna and Rupa of the Lord. These 4 things. There's Naam, Rupa, Leela, Guna. The 3 follow the Naam. The Naam is the fountainhead. Like you have a water fountain, there's the fountainhead and the water spouts out. So the Leela one spontaneously becomes attracted to hearing of the pastimes of Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Nityananda was waiting for Shivananda Sena, who was delayed at the toll gate, at the toll booth, and Nityananda was sitting in a cow shed. Where is this Shivananda? Of course, Shivananda is very, very dear to Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. And he was delayed. So when he came there, Nityananda is saying, I curse your sons to die. I curse your sons to die. And Lord Srivasa Thakur said, now I have fulfilled my service to Lord Nityananda. I'm being cursed by him. And he offered his dandabats to Lord Nityananda. And Lord Nityananda immediately kicked him in the head. So you might think from the external point of view, oh, this is very offensive. Devotee is Jiva Hinsa. He never causes any anxiety to anyone. Jiva Hinsa it's called, even a non-devotee. How is he kicking Shivananda? This is Lord Nityananda's mercy. He's giving mercy in a what you might say, contradictory way. And how did he get mercy? When Shivananda Sena and his family arrived in Jagannath Puri, his family received the remnants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That was the mercy. Lord Nityananda did something that would cause Gauranga Mahaprabhu to give his remnants to these family of Shivananda Sena. Shivananda Sena also had a young boy. And when Shivananda Sena, the Bengali devotees visited Puri, Shivananda Sena introduced his young toddler. Oh, this is my son. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you can call him Puri Das. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded to put his big toe in the child's mouth. Put his big toe in this little baby's mouth. And that person became Kavi Karnapurna, great poet of the Lord. He wrote so many wonderful descriptions of the pastimes and life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He wrote Gaur Ganadesh Deepika, describing the identities of all the devotees in Dwapara Yuga. Many of them, all these devotees, associates of Lord Chaitanya, were actually in the Dwapara Yuga pastimes of the Lord. Cowherd boys, gopis, and so on. They all came to give this mercy to the inhabitants of this Bharat Bhumi, inhabitants of this planet, this area, Bhumandala. The Sankirtan movement is spreading throughout this area by the mercy of Nimai and Nitai. Shri Gaur Nitai ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Is there time for one question or is there? Okay. One comment or question if someone has something. Sure. You can give a comment.
When devotees were reading about a Jamil, they said he called out Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Prabhupada said, did I say 3 times? Is once is enough? You know, you mentioned about chanting the holy name once.
Yeah.
Then why are we so much chanting? We already freed of sins. Why the rigor?
Nice point. Actually, Tripurari approached Prabhupada on this point. So, Prabhupada, is it true that if we distribute your books, we will become liberated? Prabhupada said, what do you mean? You're already liberated. You're already liberated. We don't care about liberation. We want the jewel of love of God. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to give us pure devotional, Raganuga Bhakti. Devotion, spontaneous love for Krishna, love for the holy name. That is what the devotees want. When Lord Chaitanya met the Tattvavadis in Udupi, he was asking them, oh, what is the purpose of life? What is the ultimate goal of life? Oh, if you follow Varnashram perfectly, you'll go to Vaikuntha. Lord Chaitanya completely blasted them. He completely defeated them, right? He debunked their idea. He said, no. We don't care about Vaikuntha. He said, we simply, even in hell, as long as I'm a devotee of a devotee of a devotee, Gopi Bhattu Pada Kamalayor Dasada, he said, we simply want to develop love of God in this body, in this planet, anywhere in hellish planet. We simply want this gift of love of God, this wonderful gift of love of God. And one who is fortunate, even a drop, it says even a drop of Lord Chaitanya's mercy, one drop can drown one in ecstatic love of God. And the famous book, Lord Chaitanya empowered Rupa Goswami. It says, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaya, just as Lord Krishna entered the heart of Lord Brahma and empowered him. So in the Madhya Lila, in the chapter with Rupa Goswami, Lord Chaitanya entered the heart of Rupa Goswami and empowered him to write these literatures on how to love Krishna. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, if you read it, it starts with Tat Tat Karma Pravartana, the rules and regulations, and then it segues into how to love Krishna. Forget that he's God. The idea of Aishvarya, this awe and veneration, it compromises the flowing of the Ganges River. The pure love of God is like the flowing of the Ganges River into the ocean. Queen Kunti says that. So our business is to chant these holy names, and hopefully we can become spontaneous in our attachment and love for Krishna. That is Raganuga Bhakti, which I explained. From the Nam you get Rupa, Lila, and Guna. You start understanding and relating within your mind and your heart the beauty of Krishna. That's described in the Madhya Lila. The beauty and opulence of Krishna. The pastimes of Krishna. Krishna is having all his wonderful pastimes. It's Nitya Lila. He is Kunjabi Hari in the forest with the gopis. He is with the cowherd boys herding cows. These are Nitya Lila. They're going on. The 6 Goswamis are always glorifying, where is Krishna? Is he on Govardhan Hill? Is he by the Yamuna River? Rupa Goswami is writing so many wonderful poetic verses about Krishna meeting Radha at Kurukshetra. And she's saying, come back to Vrindavan. The inhabitants of Vrindavan are saying, come to Vrindavan. What are you doing in Dwar? We don't like Aishvarya Leela. We want simply to love you as a cowherd boy. That's all. Krishna wants that pure love, untarnished love. Oh, Krishna is God. Mother Yashoda, okay, I'll cover you with Yoga Maya. Too much talking about Maya, Maya Akshena Prakriti, say that he's the superintendent of the whole universe. So, we simply chanting this Maha Mantra to develop prema, to develop love for Krishna. When we saw Srila Prabhupada, it was completely undebatable, unquestionable. This is personification of Lord Chaitanya's mercy, pure love for Krishna. It's there. You could see it. You could feel it. It was palpable. This love of God, this prema. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. This is not science fiction. Krishna wants us to develop our love for him. And it begins with this chanting of the holy name. And we have to get the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Hino vino nite bai, Radha Krishna poiti noi. Without the mercy of Guru Tattva, Lord Nityananda, you can never enter into the eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya, Krishna in the age of Kali is giving the highest understanding, the highest experience. This Prema Bhakti of Madhurya Leela was initiated by Madhavendra Puri and given to his disciple Ishvara Puri, who is the initiating guru of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. So that is what we are caring for. That's all we care about. We don't care about moksha. Let moksha go away. We don't care about having the same features as Lord Narayan. Nah, we don't. We want to love Krishna, that's all. And develop our compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Thank you.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki
Jai.
Shri Nityananda Rama ki
Jai.
Kripanidhi Prabhu ki
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.